Good morning and good afternoon and good evening wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade and this is the Odd Couple Rant. And today my good friend Thomas Christ is going to join me and we're going to talk about the joys of managing disappointment. Yay! So let's kick off with something not disappointing, and that's Thomas Christ with his track, Bridge of Insecurity. Let's go!
Driving fast through the infinity trees without a compass can be a promise. With hope in your heart and trust in your backbone, will this be the grail or another black boulder? Don't wish for a spark, don't wish for a spark that burns it all in the end. With wings of wax, you're far from the angel. The cash that you saved only pays for your grave. Going down and I start to drown in this breach of my insecurity. Reckless spiraling, damn their smiles a breach of my insecurity, a broken thread that I cling to violently. Slim vein of what's it vanishing silently. Levy's crack waves of truth crashing in. No escaping the toxin of this medicine. Watching the trees as they all pass me by, a wildfire burns in a daydream, rooted in sand as the seconds advance. A child laughs and cries all the same. It's fading away. What else can you say? It all was in vain. Darkness hides the stain. Stashed it all in a hollow stone, God-full and invisible. Broken the only rule. There's no jury left to hang. It's still calling, hellhounds howling. Mind can't fathom, bombs like atoms.
Ladies and gentlemen, tables and chairs, let down your undies and show us your hairs. My name is Jade, and that was Thomas Christ with Breach of Insecurity. And Thomas loves that line. I saw him snicker in the background as I said it. It's so stupid. It's like an 8-year-old saying, like you say as a kid. Anyway, hi, you all doing good? Welcome to the show. We're going to talk about disappointment today, but don't get discouraged. It's not going to be all sad and all that kind of stuff. A couple of things I want to cover before we get into today's show. Just bear with me for a second here as I load some things up. We got some cool stuff coming up, yeah? So tomorrow, I don't have a thumbnail yet, but starting a new series on the live stream circuit tomorrow. We're going to take a look at a particular developer. Tomorrow's is Eventide. So we're going to take a look at all their apps together in a little live stream. This is a new thing that's going to happen because they've got all their apps are on sale for half price at the moment. And when they do this, it's a great time to remember some stuff. Also, another new show that'll kick off here on the channel during live streams will be Apps from the Past, because there's so many good apps that come out that we forget about. For example, Other Desert Cities came out when I first started this show. Still an incredible app. So that's something new we're going to do on here. This weekend, also, I'm doing a live opening hour. Right. Whoa, there's Thomas. Look at him. He's sitting there. I've hit the wrong button. Hello. I'm doing this, right? This is Hedwig and the Angry Inch. We're doing a live stream. Plus, I can announce now, too, I have the thumbnail ready. I'm also performing with Ron from Wolfstone Studio on his channel only a little while after, right? So if you want to join that, that's on Saturday, US, UK time and such. Also, dropped a brand new demo today. If you haven't checked it out, Playbeat 4, which dropped with a new update for effects. Go and check it out. I want to thank everybody again. The last 2 weeks, speaking of disappointment, the last 2 weeks on this channel have been pretty damn cool. I've had some really big views that are happening, a whole lot of new subscribers. So to those of you who are new, and there's a lot of you, there's like about 70 brand new subscribers from 2 videos that I dropped. So thanks for supporting my content. 6,000 subs we crossed this week as well too. It's been a big week. Plus, we also have the other channel which is cooking at the moment called A Walk With Me. And today there'll be a new episode drop for Walk With Me in about 3 hours' time. Plus, on Saturday, there's going to be another premiere and another 3 episodes drop. And so lots of action going over there as well. All right, enough yammer. Let's get our dear friend on. You may know this dude from creating his amazing music, which you just heard. He also puts himself at the end of the line to play your music each and every week. And not only just play it, but sit there and have a fucking opinion on it and talk about it and actually like pay attention. Unlike me, who's not like that because my attention span's incredibly low. Look, he's just, and his live performances are sensational. And you just, the hard work he does on my channel here and Pete's channel, the guy's a superstar, right? And if you're not subscribed, I'm telling you now, get the fuck over there and subscribe to him and support him because he's fucking awesome dude, right? And we're going to have him on and talk about disappointment. So let's bring him on right now. I've unmuted his mic, so anything could happen. Ladies and gentlemen, Thomas Christ.
What's up, everybody? Thank you, Jade.
I love you, Thomas. You're awesome. So
much love, much love.
Much love, much love. Welcome to the show. We're going to cover disappointment. I want to just start by saying on disappointment, yesterday I went and saw The Mandalorian and Grogu. And I was already in the mindset of this is going to suck. I'm going to be disappointed. And I realized it wasn't that the film was going to suck or was going to be disappointing. It's that the YouTuber sphere and the Star Wars fandom and the world at the moment just wants everything to be shit. They just want, at the same time, they talk out of one side of their mouth and go, I want it to be good. But at the same time, they just, when it comes out, and they just want it to be shit. And it wasn't shit. And if you see people say it's shit, they're lying. They're just trying to get views, right? It was so much fun. I love the film. And the thing that I found more disappointing than anything was the entire theater. Not only just the theater I was sitting in watching the film, but the entire complex was empty. I was the only person watching this film. Cinema is dead. It is over.
Yeah. Well, everybody's watching it on streaming. And I mean, I think don't the movies, like, they pretty much come out like in the theater and then 2 weeks later they're on, some streaming service. So people probably think like, why even bother going to the movie and paying all this money and, snacks and popcorn and all this stuff when I can just wait 2 weeks and watch it at home.
Yeah. Look, it was $40 for me to go and see it, but I had an automatic recliner chair. I just pressed a button. It was amazing. And that was with popcorn and drink and some Skittles. So $40, that wasn't that bad in my opinion, right? But and
I realized the last time I went to the theater, I realized two things about the theater. Now, the previews are way longer than I ever remember them being.
Yes.
They're like 20 minutes, 30 minutes of just previews. But also the theaters are way nicer than they used to be. Remember those like hard, chairs with those like hard, it wasn't much better than this office chair.
The recliner was amazing, man. It was so good.
Yeah.
For those wondering, it continues on from the series, but it's its own contained film. And it was just action-packed from the start. And it was just fun, right? And I saw somebody review it and say, yes, but, the dialogue was very... Well, I don't know what people want. If they want, like, a man with a robot mask on and a green puppet on his shoulder to quote Shakespeare. Like, it's a fucking Star Wars film, right? Just kill the stormtroopers, do the thing, jump around. Like, I'm not entertained. I don't know what people want, but, again, this is training people to be disappointed and not have a good time. And it's like, no, I refuse to buy into it. I'm going to have a good time. I paid my $40. Shut up. Leave me alone.
Well, I think sometimes people just go, you hear all the stuff online. When's it going to come out? When's it going to come out? Oh, I can't wait for this to come out. I'm going to see it as soon as it comes out. And then those same people, the reason they can't wait for it is because they can't wait to skewer it online.
Yes.
As soon as they go see it, they're going to be like, this sucks. This was terrible. This wasn't true to this. And, God help you if it's one of those like comic book movies and it didn't do exactly what the comic book did in 1965,
It's so true. It's so true. And you know what? They're so desperate to get a video out, some of these YouTube content creators. They do it from their car. Like they've just walked out of the cinema and they film it on their phone going, I've just walked out and I really hate it. It's like, dude, go home, fuck your wife, shut the fuck up, enjoy your life. It's a Star Wars film. Who gives a shit, right? You're not entertained. Let's say hello to folks here. We'll do this because the first person I want to say hello to, who deserves a very special mention, is this guy right here, Hugh Caldwell. It's his birthday today. Round of applause for Hugh Caldwell. Happy birthday to Hugh.
Happy birthday, Hugh.
We love you. We're not singing for you because I'm sure Laurie's going to do that on her show this week because she's doing
I did it last night.
Oh, did you?
Well, that was on the member stream.
I was at Star Wars, Thomas. I'm sorry. I got my ticket and I vamoosed. I got out of there. I wanted to beat the crowds of nobody. So I could have stayed for the member stream. Damn. All right. So happy birthday to Hugh. We love you, Hugh. You're awesome. Let's say hello to folks who are here too, have joined us today. Thomas is in the chat. No posting links today. You've got the night off, please, Thomas. Shepherd Vale, Dave Bops. We've got Moby Pixel, Dan Eckberg, Tremor Bear, Leela in the house, Andy Spine. Who else? Happy Ron is here. He's joining Pete Johns after this for the town hall. Doug Kidders, Lurkin the Gherkin. West Plays Music is here as well too. We got who else? Looking Jenny, Ron, Brad, Russ. There's more people I've missed from up the top. Lewis Cook, hello to you. I'm sure there's some people at the top who I've missed and I can't see their comments anymore for some reason. Stephen Hewitt's in the house. G'day to you. And if I've missed you, E. Urban, hello. Who else? We got everybody. If I've missed you, just type something and I'll catch you as well. We'll catch up. All right, let's start off the premise of what are we talking about today? Yes. Managing disappointment. So I'll just cover a few points. Disappointment is unavoidable. Let's just put this out there straight away. It's unavoidable if you care deeply about what you do, right? Creative people often feel things more intensely. It just is what it is. The bigger the passion, the bigger the emotional swings. We're all emotional bags of blood, bone, and water. No matter how many weirdos want to tell you, don't have feelings. Shut up. You can't help it. It's part of our DNA. Disappointment is not a weakness. Please know this. It's usually evidence that you tried. Musicians and creators are the biggest dickheads when it comes to this kind of stuff. Thomas, how often do you get disappointed as a musician or a creator or a music creator? Does it outweigh the joy? I've
there's a lot of disappointment involved in in being whether you're on YouTube, whether you're just a musician. There's a lot of disappointment involved, and because we want everybody, let's be honest, we want everybody to just love our music and love everything that we do and come to all the things that we do. And
Yes.
every time that doesn't happen, it's like you feel that personally. It's a personal thing. And when those view numbers aren't what you think they should be, when the plays aren't what they should be, whether if you're monetized, you're not making money, and you feel bad about that. There's a lot of sources of disappointment, but at the same time, we wouldn't do we why do we subject ourselves to this torment?
Yes.
We subject ourselves to this torment because we want to we get some value out of our creation, and we enjoy the process in some way. So there is a yin and yang to it, I guess.
Yes, indeed. Like you've got to ultimately it's your passion. You've got to be passionate about the thing you do. And if you it's a tough one, right? Because our expectations are, as you said, we want people to like us. We all want to be liked. And it just isn't. It isn't a reality. Not everybody's going to like what you do. Not everybody's going to like that you're alive, even, right? And some people want to wish that you're dead. And people are weird. And it's how you cope with it that is the most important thing. And I did miss Alexander Dean, hello, and Sean Chandler, hello to you. Creating unrealistic expectations can create unnecessary suffering sometimes. I mean, with this channel, the thing is, I don't know how, well, I'll ask you after I explain my thing. When I started this channel, I didn't start this to become monetized or to be liked or anything like that. It was a thing that naturally manifested from me hanging out at Pete Johns' channel and sitting in the chat and every now and again typing in a link to the App Store. And Pete used to go, "You're really good with the apps." And it was like, well, lockdown, I do like apps. I'd like to talk about them. I've got some gear. Let's do it. That was it. There's no expectations. It was just, I'm going to do this thing and we'll see how we go. And I think most creators you talk to who have had success kind of start like that. And it's when it blows up and you don't expect it, you're not prepared, that then you go, oh, what? I've got to manage like money and things and keep the thing flowing. And as soon as you get into that mindset, you can fall into disappointment and especially stat watching and stuff like that. But, I've been doing this channel for 6 years. And let me tell you, there's been some disappointment. Right. And it's funny, I reached 6,000 subs this week, and somebody left a comment saying, "I really thought that you had more than that." And it's like, yeah, so did I. Or maybe it's my wish.
Isn't that always the case?
Right? But it feels like I've been doing it for 6 years, and it's like, wow, I'm getting 1,000 subs a year. But really, that's not so fucking bad. Right.
No.
It depends on how you look at it, right? There are some channels out there who just blew up and it's out of control. It doesn't really matter. It's the community that you build. Do you still enjoy doing this? That is the thing. If you're looking at the numbers, you're going to be disappointed. Trust me. Because you know what? The numbers don't fucking lie. And they're just numbers, right, at the end of the day. But do you get up and enjoy the camaraderie, the people that you see? And that is what drives me. What's been your experience since, you started your channel? You had a channel before, but you started doing this the same way as I did, through the gateway drug, Johns.
Yeah, well, I had this YouTube channel. I mean, I've been on YouTube since about 2006, but I would put stuff up and basically nobody would ever comment. Nobody ever watched anything. I get 3 or 4 views on stuff, put up an entire album. Nobody's listening to it. And then I found Pete Johns and I found a community of people who are receptive and stuff. And I started doing more things on YouTube. And at the same time, I also lost my job in November of 2020. So I had a little time where I was unemployed. It was kind of still during the the inconvenience, the pandemic, and it was I just said I'm gonna try to do this YouTube thing and see how that works. and it didn't. It didn't. But it was a noble experiment. But I kept doing it on the side. And I think that now it's been a very frustrating journey because like even doing like I started this show called You Rock where I play everybody's music and stuff. And even with doing a show like that, it took me like 3 years to get to 1,000 subscribers.
Yep.
Which to me seemed like, I don't know. I think a lot of people would have probably given up before I did, or still haven't done that. But yeah, and even since I hit 1,000, I kind of thought, okay, after I hit 1,000 subscribers, maybe the ball is going to start rolling a little bit, but it really hasn't. It's kind of maintained or even slowed down a little bit. Uh, so yeah, there's definitely some frustration involved in that.
It's
Yeah.
it's a look. We've talked about this on the channel heaps. YouTube's really hard to understand. It's like having a job where you go get a job and they go, all right, we've got some training for you. Here's a piece of paper and go read this stuff. But most of it is really, it's like the Bible pretty much. Most of it's so broad, you don't really have an idea. There's no secrets or anything like this. You just got to go up and just be unique and just hope for the best pretty much. And when there is a problem, you can't go to management because it's all AI and all automated responses. So you don't really know how to really, and the only thing you have to go on is other YouTube channels who are gurus whose whole channels are built on tutorials about how YouTube works. And if you go through their videos have changed so dramatically over the last 10 years because they're just guessing as well, right? Imagine working in a job where, you're a surgeon and it's like, welcome to your first day. Today you've got open heart surgery. Here's a scalpel. Good luck. That doesn't happen.
Well, imagine so soccer or in other countries they call it football. Like imagine if the goal was just like constantly moving and getting smaller and larger, and it was up here and then it's down here and now it's over here. That's kind of what YouTube is like. The field keeps changing dimensions while you're playing. That's kind of what it's like playing the game of YouTube. Because and the rules are very vague and the referees can just step in and throw you out of the game without any warning at all, without any explanation. They don't even have to get on the thing and say what your penalty was. They just toss you out.
Yeah.
And say, well, you broke a rule. And if you knew the rule book and you knew what the regulations were, you would know what rule you broke.
And that's going on at the moment. There's a huge lot of content creators getting demonetized. And it's under this rule of it was the same thing that Pole Vault got done for, repetitive content. Yeah. And they don't break it down. There's no real what does it mean though? Like what the fuck is it? And they're saying that it's because, the stuff was made with a template. It's like these channels, they use an animated character of themselves, which they animate, but they're actually talking. It's not AI or anything like that. They're actually hand animating these things or whatever, and they're getting done for it. And it's like, but just fucking somebody explain it, please. Can somebody what are the rules? What are the rules? Just make it simple. But they can't seem to do it. Hello, Gary Hubs and ABATT. Welcome to you. Ed Zielinski says you really have to enjoy what you're doing and get energy from it. And that's the through line. And that is correct, right? Yeah. And for the longest time, I've had, because, I started out doing app demos and still that's going to remain on the channel always. But the thing was, I like going live. I feed off the live thing. I'm a live performer as a musician, so now that I don't play music on stage anymore, this is the closest thing to it. I get to dance and do stupid effects and, it's a live performance. And you mix that in with an app demo. If you want app demos that are fucking, hello, here we go, this is where this is, and there's so many of them, right? And I know some people got upset, and I've tried to cater now by doing pre-recorded stuff. And funnily enough, it's popping off. So whatever, I was probably wrong. But it is the drive to get up every day and put on some kind of entertainment. And for me, that's what it is. And that's what keeps me coming back. It's not the money. It's not because, the money's not really that much. It's once you get monetized, then there's a new layer of pressure that you don't want to fucking deal with. It's, can I pay my rent this? Fuck off. I don't want to think about that. I just want to provide entertainment. That's what the thing is. And with the managing of disappointment, I think many YouTube creators have dealt with this. A lot of the time, it's the videos that you make that you put your entire fucking heart into. They're the ones that bomb the hardest, and the ones that you just flippantly throw out there and go, what about this? Yay, that one takes off.
Isn't that like music? And that there's that that one song that you always talk about.
Septic Midas.
Septic Midas. The Septic Midas effect.
It is. That ironically, Thomas, that song's about everything you touch.
Or you could say Cherry Pie by Warrant.
Cherry Pie by Warrant.
Yeah.
But that is true, right? The stuff that you kind of flippantly throw out there. For example, Russ makes really great music, right? Russ 8889, Delicate Giants, sick. A Cat Named Vienna, great music. His music's amazing. He's been experimenting lately, putting out shorts. And not putting out shorts for his music, putting out shorts of like Faulty Towers clips. And he put out one scene from the Pink Panther Strikes Again with Peter Sellers, with this dog joke. The dog bites his fucking finger. 17,000 views, Thomas. Now,
I don't even know. I'm like, I'm speechless. That's
managing disappointment, right? Russell come in and we were talking about it last night. He's just like, fucking, what do you do, man? Like, you know, you put a year and a half to write an album and do all this work into this beautiful music, and then you just put up a short from a film that came out fucking 60 years ago. It pops off. What the fuck? Yeah. What are we doing?
Well, I mean, that also cuts into like the over prevalence or the over promotion of shorts versus a longer form content on YouTube, which has been a major problem lately. And it's a problem, especially in terms of like funding the creators, because these shorts don't really gain a lot of revenue.
No,
but they get a lot of views, and they're taking attention away from the actual like long form content. So that plays into it too. But I think it's also just like people are really onto this like nostalgia stuff lately, and so they're looking up things like old TV shows and all, like everything is kind of nostalgia based if you really think about what's been happening lately.
Well, that's why Star Wars crybabies cry so much, right?
Yeah.
At the same time,
that's why they're putting out new Star Wars movies in 2026.
Yeah.
Instead of some like new thing, because they know the Star Wars is going to attract an audience. It's going to make money, and it's going to, you know, feed the member berries to the people. So
I think people just don't know what the fuck they want. And it's a little wonder with the amount of shit that we're bombarded with every day. Like everyone's confused. No, it's like I saw a video yesterday from this one creator. He was like, this was from about 2 weeks ago, and he's talking about Star Wars, going, you know, fucking, we got to move on from Luke Skywalker and all that stuff, and we got to create new characters. And then I saw his review of The Mandalorian. He's like, you know what? There wasn't enough old lore in it. And it's like, well, what do you want to do? You can't. I mean, you can have your cake and eat it. That's the way you.
But
eat
that
cake.
gets back to those people that they went into the thing knowing that they're gonna find stuff and complain about it later.
Yes.
So they were gonna complain no matter what.
Yes. Disappointment. Talking about disappointment, do you think? I've had people say that disappointment is a weakness. Thomas, do you think disappointment is a weakness?
Well, if it's a weakness, we all have it. I don't think it's a weakness. I think it's human nature. I mean, if you even like an animal, if it's expecting a thing and then it doesn't get that thing, it's going to be upset about it. So it's just who we are. I will say too, there's an element of disappointment that like I know if I didn't experience disappointment, I wouldn't have a lot of music.
Right.
Because a lot of my music is rooted in that.
It sure is.
To one degree or another. So,
I agree. Some of my best songs are about disappointment. Right?
Yeah.
That's funny. Like trying to write a I mean, you can write songs about disappointment that are positive too. So don't get me wrong about that. There's hope in disappointment at the same time. Social media, I think, gives the illusion that everyone else is succeeding constantly. This is another thing too. There's this beautification of everybody, like on Instagram and stuff. Everybody looks fucking amazing. Everybody's got fucking awesome cars and they're always doing fucking amazing things and they've got Coca-Cola in their hand. This ain't new though, right? We've been fed this bullshit life for the longest time. If you drink Coke, you're going to have amazing chicks around you and you're going to end up in Bali having the best time of your life. Turns out when you go to Bali, you end up getting arrested for buying weed off some joker on the beach and you get raped in jail. It's not really, it doesn't live up to the expectation just because you bought a Coke in Bali.
Well, I think that whole thing with Instagram, I don't really get it. I don't understand Instagram, but I get the whole thing with people kind of only presenting the good stuff and only presenting stuff through certain filters and making themselves look like, they're all millionaires and they all live these luxurious lifestyles and everything is amazing and their kids are awesome and their pets are awesome and everything's awesome. But that happened before Instagram. You had those tabloid magazines.
Yes.
And the lifestyles of the rich and famous and Robin Leach and all that stuff. So I think it's been going on for a long time. And it's just changed forms.
It is entertaining. I do use Instagram and I do love flicking through. Amazingly, though, like with all algorithms, you can control your algorithm. If you didn't know, you can kind of manage what comes up by the things you actually stop and watch, right? Same with TikTok. The things you stop and watch, the most of the things you're going to get fed. And mostly on Instagram, I get fed new music since I started doing Unearthed. That's what changed everything. But I do love having a little bit of a look through the influences because, for me, this is what I do. And when I see somebody beautiful and pretty and they're like going, look at me, I'm with the band, I just think, I'll bet you're like thinking every night you want to end it all.
Yeah.
And that helps me sleep at night because
we need an Instagram that's like the opposite of what Instagram is now, where it's like only people at their lowest and their worst.
That's called Reddit.
Yeah.
But imagine you had a button on Instagram that you could press that turned their reel into a reality. And like, there they are. Like it's in the video clip I did for the utensil song that, there's one scene where she's like all depressed and she pulls the phone over her face and she's instantly smiling. And imagine you could do that and really show what they were what they were really like, sitting there, I hate myself. Because it's true, right? We all go through this shit. Like, just because someone's on Instagram going, oh, look at me, I'm traveling to the Bahamas and I'm amazing. And it's like, no, you can't be fucking happy all the time, motherfucker. Like, eventually it's going to crash and we're going to see behind it. We're going to see, and we're all going to be utterly disappointed that you lied to us, right?
Show us. Let's see the like 8 a.m. just got out of bed.
Totally right. Because
after a binge night, a bender or something. Let's see that.
And that's the trap, man. I mean, especially with young people. Hello to new people who've joined too. We've got Zealand. Welcome to you. I think I said hi to Fat Panda Cat. There's somebody else I saw join and I've missed. I'll catch him once I see him again. The thing is, we compare our lives and our successes and failures to somebody else's highlight reel.
Yeah.
Like that's insane, right? That is you're just setting yourself up for disappointment. Like nobody's going to get up every single day and everything's going to go right. It just isn't. That's not true. And if that's what you're doing, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to help. Stop it. Yeah, I'll drive it home. Stop it now.
There are some people who take it like way too far too.
Yes.
Where it's like, because you can really get trapped in this whole thing of like, because if you really think about like the reality of your human existence, that every day that passes, you're a day closer to death, and that's a terrifying thing. And that you're just going to get old and your body is going to shut down eventually. And, you can dwell on that.
Yes.
And if you get too caught up in that, it can get to be a real, serious thing.
So you know what, Thomas? You're talking about simpler times.
Yeah,
When that's all we really.
I'm talking about every time.
But that's how we used to treat life, right? It was taxes and death, right?
Yep.
and that was the biggest thing. Now it's like, oh my God, fucking what will people think when I walk out the door to go to the supermarket? I have to be all, I see it. It's a supermarket.
Well, I don't think people worry too much about that because we go to the supermarket and people go nowadays in like pajamas and stuff. Remember, like back in the 1920s or whatever, you would see those old pictures of like people at the store, and they're in like suits and ties, and fancy hats and everything to go to the store. So I think in some ways, like we've actually like gotten better in that regard.
I'm a fan of wearing pajamas to the supermarket, especially at night time, because only the shelf stockers are there anyway, right?
And,
yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous. Back in the day when everybody had to get all dressed up just to go like, go to the bank or go to the grocery store or something. And you have to wear like a 3-piece suit and everything. I'm glad we don't live in those times.
Well, it's funny, I was just going to say, I went out yesterday to the cinema and the supermarket, and I did notice a lot of people dressed up. I was like, where are you going? Where are you going? It was mainly kids. I see a lot of young women these days who do this, fucking leave the house and put on fake eyelashes that are like 20 times too big for their eyes. And I think, honey, what is going on? You're not a drag queen. Like, what is... Like if you flutter your eyes at a boy, honey, you're gonna fly away. Like they're way too big. What is going on?
Butterflies up down there.
I don't yelling at clouds. Me. Hello, Laurie's Mishmash, who's joined us as well in the chat. Welcome to you. I'm another day closer to death, though I know not when it is. I'm chasing an invisible finish line. I used to worry about death when it was actually a threat, and now I just don't give a shit anymore. Bring it on, let's go. I'll take it when I get it, right? Let's go here. Where am I up to now? Sometimes these are things we kind of expect, right? Especially just on music and creation. Instant gratification, instant things like instant audience growth, instant musical improvement, validation instantly from others, financial reward too early. And this is the thing, right? Sometimes you put out a video and you think, oh, this is going to pop, and you sit there fucking waiting.
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be awesome, man. This is going to be awesome. And then nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And what is AI doing to these perceptions too? When people are able to just like type something in and they can get a whole song that sound to a lay person. Yes. Like I know a lot of us will sit there and say, oh, we can tell when it's AI and it sounds totally fake. But you play it to a real person, a regular person who's not a musician, and I bet you like at least 50% of them couldn't tell the difference.
Of course.
So what kind of pressure is that putting on musicians that now we have to be able to create music that's able to compete with this AI stuff even faster and even more, with the professional sound.
Well, as well as me, Thomas. Hello, Pete Johns as well too. Welcome, Pete. Our gateway drug to YouTube.
Yes.
Look, when it first started, the AI revolution, I tried to be at the front of it and talk about, art. Back when Midjourney 1 came out, I was covering it here on the channel. I tried to cover Suno and Udio before it all popped off. And I was in that thing. I was threatened. I felt threatened and was like, oh no, and disappointed. And now I just don't give a fuck. If people can't tell the difference and they're happy listening to it, have at it, man, because you know what? The disappointment is just around the corner. You're going to find out. There's going to be, for so many people, that Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, no, I am your father. That is going to happen, and people are going to be, what? I've been buying this shit that isn't real music. And, on this channel now, I more or less do AI shows where I just try and trip AI up and make it look like the cunt that it is. And
Yeah.
it works. You've seen it every time. It works.
Yeah.
It's a dumb fuck. It's so easy. The real thing with AI, the big concern, I watched a documentary on Palantir yesterday. Good Lord, man. Like music, Suno and you know, Mid-Journey and all these things. That's like down here, man. This is a very you know, first world. That's not a problem. We got bigger problems, man. We got these Palantir and we got people that the AI is just surveillance at the end of the day. And these companies are pretty
Well, they're gathering data.
Yeah, that's kind
of been like the goal of like the internet ever since like big corporations got involved in it. Has been really just to like collect as much data as possible on as many people as possible and to find out what you're interested in, because we live in this capitalist hellscape where the only thing that is important to them is to be able to target ads to people more effectively so that people buy more stuff and they make more money.
Yeah, this is the reality we're in. And yes, ABATT says, great point, Ben Jordan moved away from, you know, synth reviews, and his content now is next level. Like he is
he's awesome.
Such an important YouTube creator at the moment because he is exposing this stuff with surveillance and all this stuff. And like the thing is, everyone's so focused on Donald Trump at the moment, right? Yes, he's a buffoon, he's a psychopath, he's a lunatic. But it's the corporatocracy, is that what it's called? That's the scary thing. That's Palantir.
Yeah.
That is where AI is scary. And I saw a story. I know we're going off topic. We can do whatever we want on this show, right? Because this is disappointing. To me. This causes disappointment for me and the human race that we're allowing this to even happen. But I saw an article yesterday where an energy company in the US turned around to its consumers, because we're not people anymore, we're consumers, and said, sorry, we can't give you electricity. You're going to have to find a new company. We're solely moving our industry to AI only. What? What are we doing? We're just going to shut off people's power and just go, no, the AI overlords are... And wait
until AI is actually just like running all this stuff. Because they want to replace as many people as they possibly can with AI. But you see on your shows that you do what AI is capable of and not capable of. And imagine it's running the entire grid.
Oh, can't wait. You know, especially, we all should be so excited for what's coming, because if you use AI regularly, now they've had to put a little thing at the end of each like request you do on ChatGPT and Gemini that says AI can be wrong. it's at the end.
You know what I just realized too? Maybe all this shitification that's been happening is just preparing us for AI future.
Yeah.
So they're getting us ready. They're getting us primed that everything is going to suck. And when AI is running it, so they're just making it suck in advance. So we're used to it.
So to wrap things up, if you're disappointed now, get ready for the future. See ya. All right, no, that's not the end of the show. But it is. I think that's true. Like, if you think the disappointment that you're having in like creativity and all that stuff, man, quell that shit, right? Enjoy it. At least you're enjoying some emotions with your disappointment, right? Because what's to come is, not fun. We have a whole lot of disappointing things to come with AI, right?
I was disappointed with my internet connection right there.
Yeah,
it crapped out for a second.
It came back. Dude, you got knocked off the air yesterday too, and came back and survived. Was it yesterday? Yeah.
Yeah.
You came back.
Well, yesterday was a power outage.
Yeah. Speaking of power outage, I bet they rerouted your power in your area to fix the AI, because I was mass prompting at that time.
Yeah.
I was demanding videos. And they were like, you know what, Thomas? You don't need that energy.
You're using up all the power.
Yeah, Jade needs a picture of a Wolfstone Studio playing a guitar right now. Creative disappointment. So not only is there because there's a whole bunch of disappointment too that we go through that is out of our control. right?
Yeah.
If you allow that kind of disappointment to come in, you know, hey, I've put out a video, these people are going to watch it. It's in their hands, right? You can't do much about it. You've put all the work in, but there's creative disappointment too on your own bat. Songs turning out like you didn't imagine.
Yeah.
Projects failing after massive effort, right? Videos bombing, all this kind of stuff. Well, that you can, but this stuff happens. And especially with a song not turning out the way you wanted, you can't control how you feel on a particular day. Because, you know, I know Caps and Lamb loves it when I do this. Because sometimes you're sad, sometimes you're sad. Other days you're happy, other days you're happy. You can't really tell what's going on. You know, this is what happens, right? Some days you're doing something and the song's going really well. And then the next day you wake up and work on it and you're not feeling the best and the song ends up going down the toilet.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Well, I can tell you, I've had the same experience when it comes to doing You Rock. It's it's been, because what happens is you end up for a while, like maybe, you know, I don't know how it all works out. You know, it's the algorithm sometimes. You get a boost and you get a whole bunch of submissions and you think, all right, this show is finally, you know, advancing. It's finally going somewhere. It's getting out to, we're getting a lot of new artists and stuff. And then all of a sudden that just totally reverses. And it's like, you don't even exist anymore. And it's like, what the hell happened after 2 weeks, 4 weeks ago, a month ago, a year ago, things were slamming. And then all of a sudden it's like, you're like, please send a song to me. Please send me songs.
This is a hard thing. And we've talked about this also, right? Where You Rock, which is an amazing show. If you're not subscribed to Thomas Christ, all the links down in the description, right? Very long running show. How long is it now? 4 years?
Some years.
Yeah, right. And consistent. And, you know, you've tried a few things like we do and they fail and you go back to things, right?
Yep.
But the thing is, you're relying on people to create your content and get stuff in. And sometimes people are mass creating. It's like sometimes people are fucking and making lots of children and sometimes they're not. Yep. And people go, why are people not having babies? It's like, because they can't afford it, you idiot. It's not because there's not enough religion in life. Fucking hell. So
they're underbabied.
Exactly. So it's a really hard thing for you because your content is relying on people to send stuff in. So that, like, you know, and I know you've had some times too, like myself, where you look at what you're doing and going, oh man, I just can't keep doing it. And I'm having a fucking breakdown. But at the same time, it's not you. It's because you rely on people. And if nobody makes a song in that week, you're fucked. Yeah,
but then again, there's sometimes and sometimes people like came out with stuff and people came out with stuff. And it didn't. It somehow didn't end up there, and you're like, wonder why that was.
Now
and then your mind starts to run wild.
Conspiracies, and now, and next minute it's flat Earth, and Nibiru's coming as well.
Yes,
it's one of the things I think about too. You know, this is why on this I've been struggling recently because I made the change to do pre-recorded app demos. And then I don't want to stop doing live streams. So I'm trying to like come up with content to keep the community coming back each day. I keep trying to come up with content. And it was cool. The first 4 weeks were all right. And the 5th week I'm sitting there going, what can I do that's different? Like, what can I talk about today? Like, who wants to come and sit and listen to me talk fucking shit every day? Like, it's getting hard to keep coming up with new content. But I think you realize after a period of time, it doesn't even matter. Like people are mostly there just to hang out. So I could just sit there and go, yay, and do pole vault. Right? And
exactly.
you could just do whatever you want. People are going to hang or they're going to go. And I think if you put a lot of emphasis on how many people came that day, that one day, that's going to fuck you up. Because yesterday, I think a lot of us, not as many people were at shows. And just some days it's like that. And then the next day it's popping again, right? You can't.
Yeah. But what really amazes me is you got to watch like Pete Johns when he does his happy hours. I tried to do it for a while where I do Hour of Rock on Saturday and Jade does the opening hour and Pete does the happy hour, and we have Wolfstone Studio now as well. And I used to theme my shows. For a while, I was theming my shows, and I got away from it. But I'm always impressed with the creativity of Pete, like coming up with a theme for almost every show.
Yes.
He's brilliant with that.
Man, I was the same. We both tried it for ages. I still
Yeah.
kind of do, right? But it's not as much as Pete. I've seen Pete do, let's do food songs.
Yeah. It'd be like songs that this is the Blue Hour, and every song mentions blue somewhere in it.
Like, how does
It's
he
like,
do
ah,
it?
man, wish I'd have thought of that one.
And even Gary has done it too. Gary's guilty of it as well too.
Oh yeah.
But there's only so much you do, like, and then you end up repeating yourself. And you're like, did I do this rant like fucking 6 weeks ago? I think I did, under a different name. This is just the same rant as as the one I did with Brad a little while ago, with a different name.
Yeah.
It all is swings and roundabouts at the end of the day. But the dangerous thought patterns you can fall into with this kind of stuff is things like, what's the point? Nobody cares. I'm wasting my time. Everybody else is ahead of me. Catastrophizing one bad moment into a failed career. This is not worth allowing one disappointment to define your identity, right? All this kind of stuff. Attaching self-worth to the numbers of one video. It's very easy to fall into because, as I said at the start, we are emotional bags of blood and bone and mostly water. And so sometimes this stuff can creep in. But they're dangerous thought patterns because if you allow them to creep in and constantly be there, then it will reflect in what you do, right? And I've seen it. I can go back and see moments in my time doing YouTube where I was thinking like this. Oh, what's the fucking point? What's the fucking point? And you can just see it in my demeanor. And you guys see it too. I've had people message me and go, you're right. You seem flat. It's like, yeah. Maybe I let that comment of somebody wishing that I was dead fucking get to me on one day. Some days it gets you down. Somebody's telling me they want me to be dead. I don't know. It's a little bit extreme. What are your thoughts on that? The dangerous patterns, like, because we've had conversations. Let's just be honest. Like we talk, and there's been times where you're like, "Fuck, I don't know if I should do this." How have you got around it to come back?
I think, well, sometimes talking to people can help. That's a big thing because you get in your own thought patterns and stuff, and you start to catastrophize about everything, and you start to, question why you do things, or is there any value in what you're doing? And maybe somebody just gives you a different perspective. Somebody will leave a comment and say like, man, I really love what you do, and I hope you never stop doing it. And then it's kind of a funny thing when you get that comment in that moment, because like, it's like, that's really, really nice. You have no idea what I'm dealing with over here. But but thank you. You know what I mean? And you come back to that and you're like, wow, now there are people out there that value what I do, and it would be tough for me to stop it knowing that. You know what I mean? So yeah, you kind of all those different things. It's comments people leave, it's conversations you have. It's the just sometimes taking some time away from it too.
Yep. Yeah, that's something I wish I could do. We'll get to that. The other thing about this, an important thing which I think helps me get through. I can't stress this enough. To have a support network of dickheads that you can pal around with and be complete idiots with, right? And I have that, right? If I didn't have my little Clubhouse group, right, of Russ and Brad and Leela and Ed, and we love it when you come, Thomas, right? Because we miss you, because it's a great place to forget about this stuff, right? And just bounce some ideas. Yeah. I can't tell you how many times, even this week, right, talking to Russ and Brad, just going, oh, this is not working, this is not working. And then Russ will suggest something, it's like, that's a really good idea. Or Leela We were talking to Leela the other day, and there it's like, hey, have you considered doing this? Like, this is, and she's going to try this thing too. You get to throw these ideas around, and I don't know, just throw off and have somebody to just throw off and go, fuck, man, I really thought that was going to fucking work, but it's not. And I think having that kind of unfiltered, ridiculous group, and where every now and again you can just call Brad a cunt, and it feels good, right?
Yeah.
So we miss you, and if you do need that, because
my problem with Clubhouse was always I would get on there, and I'm the type of person that like I can't leave until everybody's gone. Right. You know what I mean? So then I get on there, and I'm on there for like 8 hours. I'm like, how long was I on there for?
Well, we're much better with that now.
My wife is ready to go to bed, and she's like, "You're still on?"
We're much better with that now. We get out of there early these days, right?
Okay.
So, there's only so much time you can call Brad a right? It's just he gets sick of it, we get sick of it. It is. Leela says it's like a water cooler in the office. Only useful. Yeah, it is. So many ideas that have happened on my channel and Leela's channel, and Brad doing his stream, Ron doing his show each week. He comes in if there's a problem, and Jenny's in there as well too. We got Ed Zielinski. We got just a really cool crew of just Ali, if she's watching as well too, and we just talk shit and just can throw off. Like there'll be some nights in there where I'll just lose my shit and just be screaming into the mic going, I fucking hate YouTube so much, and I would just, last night I did it. And it's always fun because you just hear your friends just go completely silent for the next 10 minutes going, well, that's uncomfortable. But it's an easy trap to fall into, to start thinking, what is the point of this? Are people watching this? Am I wasting my time? And ultimately, I think what brings you back, again, we're just going to say this over and over, are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy?
And I will speak to what you just said, because literally, and you'll remember this, like back in, I think it was November of last year, I almost pulled the plug on everything.
Yes, I know.
And I went in and I talked to like you and Russ and a couple other people, Brad and a couple other people, and you guys talked me out of it.
Yeah.
And thank goodness you did, because that was,
Yeah, absolutely. And, we will always do that because... And that's what good friends do, right? Because it is hard because you'd lose sight. I think this is with everything. Pete was right in there. He left a comment up there before about, this happens not only on YouTube or creating music. Every people have bad days. Like they go to work and have bad days. It's just we do this in front of a fucking camera. So you see when we're having a fucking bad day. There's no fucking hiding it, right?
Well, I will say, like, I'm more the type of person, and there's positives and negatives to it, that I kind of don't always show my emotions about things, and then sometimes they it kind of like builds up and then it bubbles through sometimes, it can definitely come through, and it can come through in subtle ways too. I mean, people can tell, even if you're trying not to show that side of it.
I'm going to talk about this openly because I preach bullshit well, it's not bullshit, but mistakes make you better, right? And you should learn from your mistakes. Folks, a couple of months ago, I had Thomas booked to come on this show for a rant, and somebody cancelled one of my interviews. And I came on and I did a Nothing Resolves show. I had to do something to fill in the spot, right? So I'm, impromptu, I have to do a stream to cover that this interview isn't happening. And the problem was she's from another country and she misread the times. She made a pure mistake. I didn't know this at the time because it all was happening in real time. And I'm like, why the fuck is she not here? I have no information. So during that stream, she messaged me and I was so angry, man. I struggle hiding my anger on these shows, right? I'm terrible. But that's what you're here for, right? It's unfiltered, right? You get me. I'm not fucking living behind a filter. I'm a fucking tranny, whatever you want. And during that show, I made the mistake of saying, she said she can come on another time. And I'm just going to book her where I had a show with Thomas. And I didn't fucking I was stupid and didn't message Thomas and talk about it. And Thomas got fucking upset with me, like he fucking rightly should, right? And
yeah,
but
and I mean, I think, you know, that it was kind of like it was one of those things when like there's a lot of shit going on, and then there's just like that one little thing that like ordinarily you probably would just like well, who cares, you know? But you know, it's just that straw that breaks the camel's back sometimes, and you're like, "Ah, just kill everybody, destroy everything."
And I knew something was up, right? Because, and this is the thing, right? I try and preach this all the time. Try and put it's hard to always do it too. Try and, instead of just lashing out and saying things about people, try first to put yourself in their shoes. And remember that people are going through stuff as well too, right? So, and you know, you don't always know what people are going through. And then I saw you cancelled this is in 2 days later, you cancelled your live show, and I was like, fuck, something's up. And I messaged you, and straight away you just went, and I was like, ah! And I felt like dog shit, right? And I apologized, and
I'm sorry for that.
No. And I'm sorry too, right? And this is why we're talking about it, because you were disappointed, and I didn't have a chance to be. I was disappointed in myself because I didn't preach what I say. But the thing is how you handle it, folks, right? I will never do that again. I will never make that mistake again for my dear friend here. He is far more valuable for me to make a stupid mistake. And I think it's important to talk about this stuff and own up to your misgivings, right? I made a mistake and I'm not going to do it again. This guy is worth gold. The amount of work Thomas Christ has put in on my channel alone, right? He deserves to be turned into a gold statue and put outside the White House in front of a new ballroom.
I don't want that. That's more that other guy.
But right, and you know, obviously you were going through stuff too, and you know, this is the thing, and this is what disappointed me. I should have known that, because you know, we've talked each other off walls many times, off the edge of the bridge many times with this stuff, right? And and I'm always conscious now. It's so funny now. I sit there and watch you and try and read you, going, Thomas is all right, right? Please don't stop doing this. I enjoy what you do. So and this is
and I wish I could say I will make every effort not to lash out, but then again, I have this temper, and it can be, people don't know that there's that side of me that people don't always, you know, you're not necessarily privy to it.
Yes.
But like I do have that rage sometimes.
Oh, me too.
I don't mean anything by it if I do it. It's kind of like who I am sometimes.
Last night I was recording my video, which dropped today for Playbeat 4. It's a 14-minute video. Guess how long it took to make, Thomas? Nearly
2 hours.
Nearly 3 fucking hours.
Oh, jeez.
Why? Because
that's why you were talking earlier about like live stream, and the reason that because I've tried, I would love to be doing stuff pre-recorded, and the problem that I have is that if I don't see that time there, where it's like you have to do it at this time, then I'll just not do it.
Yeah.
And you know, I did write the song called Procrastinator.
Yes.
There's a reason.
My problem was last night, I recorded the video, got halfway through and fucked something up. And then it was like, fuck, and I was yelling and stuff. So I was already in a shit mood, right? And then I was like, you know what? It's pre-recorded, so I can just stop where I fucked up and just start recording from there. Right? And then you just piece it together. There's no problem. All good. So I did that and just continued on with the second video. Then I went back and watched it. And was like, oh, yay, I had a YouTube video playing in the background in my browser.
Oh, fuck.
So there's Brad Example just singing over the top of it on repeat. Yay! Because I'm trying to help Brad get his numbers up so he can get monetized. Right? Yay! Yeah. So then I go back and do it, and then I find there's this bug with the app on the second time around. So now I'm sitting here trying to fix that. which ends up me uninstalling the app, which uninstalled all of my presets and all of my packs, which was 27 packs. And then I had to go and find all the packs on a hard drive and reinstall. Oh, man. And by the end of it, I swear to God, my neighbors must fucking hate me so much because I was just yelling out, I'm going to fucking kill you all next door. Like, I don't even know why I was yelling it. Like, I was so enraged. But this is the thing. You don't need to see that, right? Because this is the thing. The pressure you put yourself under to do this kind of stuff and get it all out. And sometimes it gets overwhelming.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm definitely the kind of, I know you're the kind of person that like when you're pissed off about something, you're gonna go live and do a performance or something. And when I'm pissed off about something, I just cancel things and don't show up to stuff.
Right. See, now I know that.
I'm an avoider. I just like retract. I'm just like, well, okay.
I just attack people, and normally people who have nothing to do with it, right?
Yeah.
So disappointment can have an effect on your creativity, right? Not only can, other emotions and stuff like that, other things going on, but overthinking comes from disappointment, right? Because sitting there overthinking, going, nobody's going to like this. This is the pre-disappointment. This is a thing which happens a lot, right? And people don't talk about it. Because the post-disappointment gets all the fame and fortune. That's on the red carpet all the time. But the pre-disappointment of like, oh, but nobody's going to like this. I shouldn't go do it because it's going to take a lot of time and I'm probably going to fuck it up. The perfectionism paralysis. You start creating something defensively, right? Like last night doing my video, I was defensive from the start. So it's just going to come out defensive until you're able to switch it off. And that creativity needs momentum, right? That you have to have some momentum for it to work. Well, it's not always the case.
Yeah.
And once you invest in this pre-disappointment, that heaviness normally suffocates what you're doing. It just overwhelms it. So do you suffer from that, and how do you get out of it? What's your way to get out of that funk?
Well, what I find with that is like there's an immediate point when you're actively undergoing like some kind of disappointment or something's really pissed you off or whatever's happened. In that moment, I find personally that I'm just like completely, everything shuts down and I can't do anything. But then you get to a point where you have a little bit of distance from the thing, and that's when you can actually like feed your creativity, and you get to a point where you can think about it in a more abstract way than kind of like, it's not ouch, I'm in pain. It's like, here's why I was in pain.
Yes.
And then you can kind of verbalize it better. So I find like a little, just that little bit of distance from some kind of disappointment or hurt can really be the best time to kind of look at it and analyze it and turn it into something creative.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're creating something new, really do your best to not focus on the last thing that you did as you're doing the new thing, because that's done, right? This is why Pete says create, record, release. It's not about getting it out on DistroKid like it is. I use DistroKid. We love DistroKid. But it doesn't necessarily have to mean that it's on a streaming platform. Just put it somewhere. Just put a bookend on it, right? Which I'm terrible at doing myself, putting a bookend on stuff. But the thing is, you're only as good as the last thing that you release. And there's a reason people say that kind of thing, because that's done, right? Yeah. You've got an opportunity for the next thing to be better. And Amy Ballard says here, my method is to walk away from it, ground it, return to it the next day, evaluate, give it a nice talking to, then dive back in. True, and that really works with creating music, right? Creating art, any of that kind of stuff. And we've been talking about this on this channel for the longest time. Walk away, go do something else, watch a movie, have sex, do whatever the thing is that takes your mind away from it and come back to it. It's like video games. You're stuck on a level. Most people, when they first start playing video games, get stuck on a level, end up throwing their controller at the TV, breaking the controller, have to buy a new controller, but eventually you learn, go walk away, come back an hour, and you'll complete the level the next go. Works every time.
Yeah.
in relation to doing YouTube videos that you have to get it out. This thing just released and I have to do this thing because like yesterday for me, it was a sponsored video. It just came out. I'm being paid to fucking, I have to have it out. There's no, I'll just go and have an ice cream and come. There was no time, right? So that's really hard to, come on, let's go. It's really hard to break yourself.
You have to somehow like compose yourself.
Yeah.
So that you can do this thing that you have to do, even though, you know, it's kind of like my arm just got bit off by a great white shark. But I need to do this. I need to do this video for like DistroKid or something.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. You'd love it here in Australia, Thomas. The likelihood of that happening is high if you swim in our water.
It's not the only thing.
Or getting killed by a drop bear. Absolutely.
Doesn't Pete Johns have a song about that, I think?
Yeah, Sink or Swim.
Yeah.
I remember the name of it. Look, we've talked about perfectionism and all that kind of stuff. Not everything's going to be perfect. And you know what? Again, it's like we said at the start of the show. Sometimes the songs that you release that you hate the most turn out to be the ones everybody love. Why? Because they can see it's not perfect.
Yeah.
I think our brains naturally gravitate to imperfection sometimes because you can relate to it, right? And
I think that's part of the reason that I struggle to connect with a lot of like modern music. And there's a variety of reasons for that, but I think one of the reasons is because there's so much work done nowadays to remove every possible the vocals have to be auto-tuned to perfection, and like any like weird sound with the guitar has to be completely like gated out, and everything is on the grid, and all the drums and everything are all sample replaced and put exactly on the grid perfectly, and it almost sounds like AI in a way, and I think that makes me not care about it as much because it just feels like unhuman.
Challenge yourself, right? I'd love to see somebody do this in a YouTube video. Somebody's going to do it now because heaps of people steal my ideas. But release a song, record it, put everything on the grid, and then release a remix a week later and put everything slightly off the grid. And see if anybody comes back and goes, now, you know what? I really like that first song because everything was so perfect and on the grid. But now everything's off the grid. No, I don't like it. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, is it, right? People can't even notice that stuff because they're listening to it on the phone fucking anyway.
Yeah, but I do think we kind of perceive it, even if we don't realize we're perceiving that.
Yeah.
I think even just like, even just if like people like took an old school approach to the vocals and just like recorded it until it was right, instead of getting it as close as they can and then auto-tuning it to be exactly just leave the mistakes in there. Leave the vocal imperfections in there.
Yes.
And I think that would make a world of difference just in terms of like people being able to relate to it.
And you know, that's again on this channel we've talked about it. It's the imperfections that make some of the greatest songs of all time. Like there's a reason why Nirvana kicked off so hard in the 90s, why grunge became a thing and why Nirvana became the focus. And bands like Anthrax sacked their longtime singer to get a singer more like the grunge scene. And it's like, and ultimately this one dude, Kurt Cobain, his fucking singing was atrocious at times. But there was a connection because it was imperfect and you felt like, oh my God, he's saying something that I'm feeling, and it doesn't have to be perfect for me to identify with it. And how did we go from that to where we're right now where, whoa, man, some of the music, man. I
don't know.
I don't know. I was in the supermarket yesterday and there was music playing. It was general popular music. And I was just like, fuck, man, this is the most depressing music I've ever heard. Is there anything about, I don't even know what they're talking about. I have no idea.
No.
It's just so, it's true. Everything's robot. Everything's robot. Everything is computer.
Yes.
That's where we're at. Be disappointed, folks. Everything is computer. Managing disappointment in practical ways. I've got a list of things here, right? Allow yourself to feel disappointed. That's the first thing. Just own it. Own the disappointment. Acknowledge it. Yes, I'm disappointed. Yes, cool. Don't try and bury it, because look what happened to men throughout the years. Men, for the longest time, have suppressed their feelings. And now, where we're at now with men in 2026 is looks maxing. Men are smashing themselves in the fucking face with hammers to get approval from other men. But they're not gay. This is what happens when you suppress your feelings so much. It comes out in really fucked up ways and shit gets all fucked, right? If you take a balloon and fill it up full of air, and if you squeeze these 2 points of the balloon, it's going to come out here, right? It's got to come out somewhere, right? So emotions have to come out. Disappointment should come out. So suppressing things doesn't work. Don't make permanent decisions when you're feeling disappointed. Don't. Make those decisions after you've had a nice meal, or you've just fucked somebody and you've just come, or a good moment. Find things that make you happy and then make decisions, right?
Don't delete your entire, don't cancel your entire YouTube channel.
Yes. Don't. Oh, I don't know. I only got one view. Goodbye, YouTube channel. Don't do that, right? Separate your work from your identity. Yeah. Separate your work from your identity. A failed project does not mean that you are a failed person. That's what I mean by that, right? Focus on the process instead of the outcome, because the focus is the thing that you enjoyed. Focusing on the doing it, that's the thing that should be I like doing this because I like making videos. The outcome is just, it's beyond your control for the most part, right? Because we talked about this. YouTube doesn't help you with anything. And the next thing, ask, am I in control of this? Really, look at it. Is this something that's beyond your control? And get a good night's sleep. You know me, Thomas.
A good night's sleep for me, that's 4.5 hours.
I'm such a fucking lover of getting a good night's sleep, because listen, ultimately, you are not going to feel any better and go, wow, I'm miraculously really better. Most of the time you get more sleep, you will feel worse for some unknown reason. But in your heart, you know you're trying to get some more sleep. Sleep is a good thing. And, just sleep properly. Here we go. Get some nice pillows. Get a nice doona. Yeah, it's important. It helps. I think it helps anyway. What do you think are some practical ways for you to get out of a rut? And that you've used?
Well, I think, again, just kind of removing yourself from the creative process for a while. Whether that's, go out, take a walk, whether that's just like watch some mindless YouTube. There's plenty of that to go around.
Shorts.
Yeah, watch some shorts. Or make some food. Just kind of get away from it for a little bit. That always seems to help. And sometimes you could get into what I like to call research, which is where you go and just listen to stuff. And I love to just go and listen to stuff, either stuff that I know I like or stuff that I feel like I should listen to this, and I haven't heard it before, so I should probably go check that out. And you might just find like there's little things in there that will get you kind of re-inspired again, and get you feeling more like you can get back into that creative mode and get past whatever's bothering. It could be disappointment, it could be anything, So that's kind of some of the things that I like to do.
I think, it's got to come down to what you label as success. Right?
Yeah.
These are the things you have to kind of think about when you're doing anything, right? You set a goal of like, what is the success I'm looking for? If you define this, is it money? Is it views? Is it fame? Is it just like making friends? Like you can set those goals yourself and limit the amount of disappointment that you have. Like it's so heartbreaking seeing some people start a YouTube channel and go, oh man, I'm going to be the next Mr. Beast. And it's like,
Yeah.
you're not.
No.
So
I mean, he got his start back in the old days of YouTube anyway.
Yes.
Oh.
And, you know, I think that kind of market of YouTube's gone, right? If that's how you're gonna do, the success is subjective, right? Like art, right? But if you can define that for yourself, you're going to limit the amount of disappointment, at least, you know, by somewhat, right? It's still going to be disappointed. You can't help it. But if
I mean, it's life.
yeah, you know, you get up every day and open up the news. There's a world of disappointment there every single day. Just an ongoing onslaught of disappointment. And it is really...
Just look at the first of all, the people that are doing all the horrible stuff, and second of all, the people that are supposed to be stopping the people from doing the horrible stuff being completely inept.
This is the thing. Like we've talked about this on a rant I did about the economy of you know, misery. This is where we're at right now. The current economy in the world is misery. Like they're selling us, but this is bad. And then as soon as it's like that current virus that's happening, or what is it? It starts with H. I can't think of what it's called.
Oh, the hantavirus.
The hantavirus. Yeah, right. So if you follow what went on, they announced there's this new virus. It's really bad, but it's limited to this one cruise ship, and some people are really sick. And then it was like, all right, let's get some experts on. And all the news channels had all these experts on, and every expert went, it's very low risk, it's no problem. And then they would finish the interview and cut back to the interview, and they go, well, more up on how dangerous it is. And it's like, he just said it's not dangerous. What are you doing? Like it said it's low risk. And then this went on for 2 weeks, man. Then they boarded the people, and the people boarded, and they're like, it's on the shore now. This could be really bad. And then they bring on an expert, and the expert would go, it's very low risk. And they go, but they stop. But this is the economy, man. They're selling us misery. How do you escape it?
Yeah, and that's what I saw the same thing, because like I don't know if you get like the Apple News headlines that come across your phone, and it was I'd see the thing about the cruise ship, and you read it and it says like, oh, these experts say at the CDC that this is very low, this isn't a virus that they worry about being a pandemic at all. And then you see the next day like, will hantavirus become a pandemic? How dangerous? What should you be doing about hantavirus? So I'm like, well, don't be on that cruise ship. that would be the first thing. But other than that,
like you just spoke to the person on a live interview. They said it to you, and then you go, all right, thanks for coming with this. But how dangerous is it? It's like, oh, man, this economy is so stupid. And so, you know, it's very easy to be disappointed just in the world at the moment. So, you know, try to leave that disappointment with the world. The world is very disappointing as it is. People are just terrible to each other.
Or write music about it. Write music about it. We need more music about that.
That is the thing. That is where we step in as musicians. It is our obligation to do music about what is happening. Somebody needs to be the voice of what is going on without being labeled woke or anything like, or whatever it is to disparage you and make you feel like shit. Just write this stuff. John Lennon did this, man. So many artists did this and just voiced their... I saw a post the other day when there was a YouTube video. Should artists write music about, you know, politics and stuff and what's going on? It's like, hang on, when did we stop first? Like, what are we doing? Why are we debating this? Like, music has always... it's like comedy, right? We had this whole hullabaloo for a period of time of like, oh, comedy's you can't...
Comedy is legal again.
Comedy is legal again. What are we doing, man? Like, comedy is the one place you can go. Like, as a trans person, right? I don't give a shit if somebody tells jokes about trans people. I don't care. Yes, it makes me feel included. I can take the joke, right? As long as everybody gets a go, right? You got to... It's not punching down. It's punching everybody. That's what comedy is to me. right? Everybody needs to get punched. That's what that allows us to let our hair down. But when you get to the point where a group of people are like, you can't say anything in comedy anymore, and it's like, until they say it about you. And that's when it was like, fucking, oh, hang on a minute. You can't say that about our beloved leader. Bullshit. They can say whatever I want about anybody. That's comedy. I went and saw a Jimmy Carr recently at live. And if you know who Jimmy Carr is, his comedy's like 80% pedo jokes. It's brutal. And you know, the R word and all that stuff. And I was shocked more than anything at the woman next to me who was like, oh, I can't believe he's saying that. It's like, bitch, you bought a ticket. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, unbelievable. Like, I love comedy that is on the edge, right? Because who else is saying anything at this time, you know?
Yeah, and comedians, I think I'm always amazed at like how some of like a lot of the best journalists that are happening right now, a lot of the best journalism is people who are comedians, you know? I mean, they're getting on, they're starting their own shows and they're doing better coverage of what's actually happening, better analysis of what's happening than what you see on cable news. So, well, I don't know. I think that perspective is really important.
Where were the people saying, crying about comedy is back and, you know, well, with what's happened to Stephen Colbert? This is last, you know, what, you can't make jokes? It's going to upset the president and he's going to, like, get rid of you? Like, what are we doing here? What about...
Well, that's...
Man, that dude's thin-skinned.
That's kind of like fascism in there.
Yeah, well, it's just a little bit of fascism, you know. Not too much. Let's talk about pressure. We've got a half an hour to go. Disappointment, I think, comes from the pressure we put on ourselves sometimes and the expectations that we put on ourselves, thinking that somebody's going to be disappointed if we don't put out some content. Now, this is, it's taken a long time to learn this. I would like, I can't do a live stream today. I'm not feeling it. And I've probably only taken in 6 years from live streaming, maybe 7 days off where I haven't turned up or I've slept in. But sometimes there's been a lot of days where I've gone, you know what? I can't do it today. And for the longest time, my brain used to think I'm disappointing everybody.
Yeah. But
you're not. You're not.
They may say that.
Yeah,
they may say that.
Tomorrow's another day.
I have had people that say, you know, like, and it's awesome that people care. You know what I mean? But I have had people say like, oh, if you don't do You Rock on Wednesday, I don't know what I'll do with my Wednesday night. Or if you don't do Hour of Rock on Saturday, I don't. My Saturday won't be complete. But like, it'll be fine. And those people will be back, I think, the next time you do it. And I've always been a person, you know, look, if I'm not feeling it, I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah.
Like, we're in different spots because like you kind of rely on this a lot more than I do.
Yeah.
So I do have that kind of freedom a little bit more to just kind of say like, I'm not feeling it today. And the thing is, like, the reason you do that is as much as it is for yourself, it's for the audience too, because like you're thinking like, I know I can't give the people what they deserve to get. So why do that now when I can wait until later and I know that I'll be able to actually deliver what I expected myself to deliver to them.
Now, in saying that, you want this to be something that you could do permanently, am I right?
I think I've been there at times. I'm not sure I would say that right this second, just because, you know, first of all, like the environment has changed such that it's not, it's a lot more difficult than it was even some years ago. And I don't know, you know, I don't think I have to worry about it, quite frankly. So,
it's a tough one. And I think the thing is with YouTube in particular, you've got to be prepared to change with the times. And a lot of things you try are going to fail. And
Yeah.
that's where you kind of really have to manage your disappointment. That's for me been because if you don't try anything new, you don't know if it's going to take off or it's going to blow up. Like just doing the rants. I do the rant every
Yeah.
week. I took it away and went, nah, no more rants. I feel like I'm getting too negative. Dude, people got mad.
Yeah. That's why I saw it there in the chat.
People got upset. Like it tanked my channel. And I was like, oh, you know what? I better do it. People obviously enjoy it. They want to hear me lose my shit. So, you know, and you experienced it too with You Rock. You changed things up and you went to a pre-recorded thing.
But here's the thing about that. I will say I'm glad. I still say I'm glad I did it because it let me view the show in a different way. And now I feel like I've been able to apply some of the things that I was doing when it was pre-recorded, and I think it makes for a much more fluid experience than what it was before that. So I'm glad that happened. You know.
Yeah, because now and you've probably heard the complaints too of people uploading their video, right? That's probably the biggest complaint now of people uploading their video, right? But the thing is, I think what people have to understand is that your workflow has to be easy. The problem is, like now I'm stepping in and speaking for you here. I see the problem is for you, why you prefer people to upload a video is you're relying not only on people to send songs in, but live, you're relying on YouTube to actually fucking work when you play people's songs because you're loading up YouTube and playing them. If YouTube all of a sudden goes into spinny mode, you're fucked. And if you've got the songs already ready to play and package,
or you know how YouTube sometimes like it detects a little bit of a change in your internet connection, so it'll downscale the video to 420p or something for a little bit, and it's all pixelated. And the other thing is like coming through YouTube, your sound is compressed. And when you're playing YouTube through YouTube, it's kind of like putting it through like two compressors then.
Yeah. It really is.
So I think the sound quality is better when you actually have the video. Now, you would go to like when you sent your song into MTV back when that was a thing, they sent the video, probably literally like a VHS or a Betamax tape that got sent to the studio and they would play from that. So it's really, I don't think it's any different.
You know what I would say, Thomas, if I was you? Listen, you're getting free publicity. Do a little bit of work yourself.
But you know what? I accommodate, and there's people who email me because they have trouble with the form, and I can, there's all these things where you can download videos from YouTube. So as long as that's a thing, I can make it happen. You know what I mean?
I want to
puts a little more work on my plate.
Yeah, I want to address this. Shepherd Vale. I miss Unearthed. I do too. But let me tell you something. It is a lot of work. It's so much more work than what you would think. Thomas would know this because he curates anything that you're curating, and especially artists. Listen, being an artist, we all know this. We're difficult people.
Mm-hmm.
And other artists, if you've ever been in the music industry and played live and stuff, you kind of look at some bands and go, really, you're such a difficult cunt. So putting together that Unearthed show each and every week is like 3 days work. And I don't have currently 3 days worth of time to fucking do that because you're not only sourcing new songs during the week, you are then going out and finding all the information of these artists, their websites, their links, their bios, who they are. Thankfully, ChatGPT can do all that for you. It gets it wrong sometimes, so then you got to do extra work. Then you got to like go out, film the spots in between. Then you got to come back and edit it all. Then you got to deal with all the copyright claims and hope that the video's not going to get fucking ripped down. So we did 12 episodes of it, and it'll come back. It'll probably come back later this year, and we'll do another 12 episodes. But it's got to come back on my terms. But, hey, it's good.
And I did a segment on You Rock that I started really just to like fill in the gap when the submissions were low, like we were talking about. And I did this choice cuts, and I may do it again. But what I found was like going out and finding like good music. that's indie music, that's kind of like, the kind of thing that we have here, is actually not that easy.
Yeah. Yeah. And thank you for the compliment. I love
So
doing
like,
it.
yeah, but like if I, my show is basically like people send me stuff, so I just play what they send me.
Yep.
That's really that in a way that's really easy. But when you have to go out and actually like find other artists, that can be a real challenge. So I couldn't imagine like trying to do that every week and trying to do a show like I do. But with like where I have this queue of submissions that's full, if I replace that with I have to go out and find everybody individually, like that would really be a much bigger time commitment.
And find good stuff, right? Not,
Yeah.
not everything out there is good. Hey,
Yeah.
there's a lot. And I tell you what, man, the really frustrating thing, this is where AI is very frustrating. Having to try and work out, oh, this sounds good. Oh, it's fucking AI. I'm not giving this
Yeah.
any breathing space. And because of the deception of people out there, and hello, Ghost World Music, I mean, it's not even the AI music that pisses me off anymore. That I could give a shit. If people want to make it, go make it. It's the deception.
Yeah.
The deception of, oh no, my music is not AI 100%. It's like, fuck you, man. You not only are you making it hard for me because I have a standard of I don't want to play that shit, but you're lying to me. You're sending out bullshit to people. And you know what? You're only lying to yourself because people are going to eventually work it out. And trust me, people don't like finding out years later that they've been lied to. Trust me, you look
Yeah.
at how many relationships people have made, right? And oh, what? I've been married to you for 10 years and you've been sneaking out and sucking men off? I don't like that. You're lying to me. People don't like being fucking lied to. And and there's a big group of those people who are like, I shouldn't have to like admit that I do that. It's like, well, fucking then you're lying to people, right?
Well, for me, it was like when we heard. Do you remember when we heard a great song? When we heard somebody really made an incredible song, we just wow, that's a great song.
Yes.
Holy shit! I can't believe you are just killing it. And now we hear a great song, and my immediate thought is like, wait a second, is this because you are like a brilliant musician, or am I listening to AI?
Yes.
And I always have that question, especially if you don't actually like see the people sometimes, or it's like an AI video or something.
Yeah.
That's where you start to wonder,
I mentioned this, I think, on my rant this week. I have this friend who's a photographer, and he's a really good photographer. Just in the last couple of weeks, he's released an album, and it's all AI music. And I swear to God, man, I can't cope. I'm seething. I can't help seething because he keeps putting up these reels and shorts about like how much it means, how emotional the journey's been making this music, and it's like, fucking dog. You're not making it, man. You're not fucking making it. Like, none of this is you, right? I wrote the lyrics and it's like, but none of it's you, man. Like, it's, and yes, I agree. Like, you can't deny this, right? There's some AI music that I've heard that has actually affected me emotionally. That doesn't mean that it's still it's your music. Because it's all been stolen in the first place. It's been stolen by people who've actually written this stuff and made me cry 10 years before you have with this fucking regurgitated shit. And just because something makes you cry doesn't mean that it's not stolen and fucking bullshit. Like, that's not an excuse.
That's because it stole the music that you already heard years ago that made you cry. And it just congealed it into, it patchworked it together into a new song that's just it's the same as the old song, except it's a little, it's reconfigured.
Mate, do you remember when I first covered Suno on here before it popped off? And I made that song about the woman and her seafood. Woman and her prawns trapped in us. I've still got that song stuck in my head, right? And it's really emotional, but it's about a woman rubbing her vajayjay with prawns. And that's what AI should be used for.
Yeah, well, I admit I enjoy some of the, where they do those old songs where it's like in a 1950s style or something, but it's like it's like I fucked you in the ass and I was proud of it.
Yes.
I fucked you in the ass and I was proud of it. I'm like, I like that. I that's funny.
That's where AI shines, man. Like I've used it for the Gladys stuff, and it's just so much fun to make the Gladys songs. I think do I even have one on here? I think I do. Asking for a friend. Here we go.
She's always ready to offend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A helping hand, she's here to lend.
Right, it's about a decrepit old lady who just is horrible to people. That's where it shines, absolutely. But I own it. Disappointment. Look, the one thing about disappointment you can't control is the disappointment you'll have in other people.
Yeah.
Right? Let's talk about this briefly because people are dickheads. And I'm a dickhead too, right? I can own up. I'm a dickhead sometimes, a lot of the time. But
me too.
Yesterday I left the house and went to the cinema, and I ran into some people who I thought were utter dickheads, and I was disappointed. Like, I'll never stop being disappointed when you're walking along a street and somebody walks out of a shop with their head down looking at their phone and walks in front of you. I will never not be disappointed and not want to punch that person so hard. Like, people disappoint you, and they disappoint you in so many different ways. They can do stupid things in front of you. They can not think and walk in front of a car, and they can criticize you in public. People can just yell out from a car, "You're a fucking idiot," and you just think, I'm so disappointed in the human race. Like, why did that dude yell out the car window that I need to die? I don't even know who that person is. Then there's things like rejection from your, playing a gig or something, and the venue owner goes, I don't think I'm going to give you another gig. Didn't like what you're doing. Friends and family disappoint you all the time.
Absolutely.
Like, man, friends and family are very high up on the list. And, just feeling unsupported can be disappointing from people when you think they're going to have you back. And again, this goes back to putting yourself in their shoes. Not everybody's sitting around waiting for your next thing to happen, are they? Right? It's not like, fucking, oh, shit, I've got a doctor's appointment, but I need to put myself on hold because Thomas has you rock on it. Or Jade's doing a live stream. I've got that cancer treatment coming up. Fucking, I don't know. Thomas Christ is on. Right?
Well, we were gonna do that, the open heart surgery, but it's time for Walk With Me.
Yeah, Thomas is playing the new Zedland song. I've got to be there for that. Kubrick Lovers got his next song out, and that's 8 minutes. I could be getting chemo. Right. We jest, of course, right? It's silly. But realizing that everyone else will value, they will not value what you do, right? Because it's not to say that they dislike you for it, right? Sometimes things just don't touch base. It's like Russ says this all the time. I'll do an app demo about a guitar app, and Russ will not. Why does he need to watch it? He's not a fucking guitarist. But I'll tell you the one thing, I don't sit there and get disappointed and go, oh, really, Russ? You didn't watch that one video? I don't think we can be friends anymore. Again, this comes to managing your disappointment, right? Be realistic.
Yeah.
You can't get disappointed over things that, like that. Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
I put off pooping to watch this stream. Well, E-Urban, that's exactly what I would expect you to say.
Yeah.
Gordon Lee Weaver is very complimentary here. He thinks that you rock is the cure for cancer.
It could be.
It could be. So there's a new ad.
You just got to watch and find out.
There's your next ad, Thomas.
Yeah.
Have you just been diagnosed?
We're curing cancer.
Don't use invasive chemotherapy. And an episode of You Rock It. Oh, God, that would offend so many fucking people.
These statements have not been approved by the FDA.
Yes. I think I saw Denise in the chat as well too, so I should mention hello to Denise. She's awesome. Learning not that to hand strangers control over your emotional stability. This is a big one, right?
Yeah.
And this week alone, because I haven't really experienced too many app demos that have popped off like the last 2 weeks. Like if you don't know, I've had a video come out. I think it was for the Roland Xenology GX or whatever it's called. That thing's popped off, man. It's like it's heading up to 6,000 views. And what I realized, this is a new thing, is that I got a lot more thumbs down on it, but I got a lot of comments critiquing the app and not my video. And and here's me going, is my video good? But and people are just like, this app sucks. And I'm like, fuck, man, you're really upset about this app. Yeah, and one guy seriously left a comment saying, this app is shit. And I went over to their channel and all their music was AI music. And I couldn't, Thomas, I can't help it.
Well, then he doesn't really need it.
Well, that's what I wrote. I had to leave a comment, didn't I? And say, what does it matter? You don't make real music anyway on one of their videos. I know. I can't help it. No wonder that's why I've only got 6,000 subscribers, because I'm a cunt. But it's true, man. A lot of the time you'll get people shit on you and, you get disappointed. But then you go and have a look. Yeah. Man, these people aren't even making anything themselves, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a whole like professional troll class on YouTube. They just go around to leave negative comments. And thankfully, because we have like great filtration on YouTube, we don't even see a lot of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you?
It just gets buried. You go in and you probably be surprised if you check your like filtered messages or whatever.
The hidden folder.
I never do. I never do. I don't see them.
There's a treasure trove of assholes waiting in the hidden folder on Facebook.
Yeah.
And it's not only YouTube. They're on Instagram. There's one in your Facebook Messenger. Seriously, folks, if you haven't checked your hidden messages on Messenger, just go there today and have a look. There's a treasure trove of assholes just waiting to be exposed. And you know what? The thing is with, like you said, there's trolls waiting to just speak shit, because that's the thing. So many people are just, I don't know, they've been sucked into this concept of, oh, I just watched this thing and I just need to let you know how much I hate you. It's like, okay.
I will say too, like I know a lot of times people say, I guess it depends on the person really, but a lot of times people say like, don't pay attention to that, don't read it. But I do enjoy sometimes, like some channels will like do an episode just to read their hate comments and make snarky comments about it.
Yes.
I love those episodes. I've
thought about doing that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. A lot of the stuff I get is really vile. There's some, like, it's not normal. Some of the stuff I've comments I've had, they're not normal, man. They're like, I want you to be dead. I want to find where you live and kill you. It's like, really?
And unfortunately, unfortunately that's a product of, our society right now, and the attitudes toward the transgender community. It's really kind of fucking sick right now in some circles. And so there's people enabling that at really high positions of power. And so, these people feel empowered to do that.
It's so odd, man. I talked about it heaps. Even if I watch a YouTube video that doesn't resonate with me, or I just think, I don't really like this video, I just click off it. Right? Like, I don't think I've ever had a moment where I've been so disappointed in a YouTube video. I've gone, you know what? I need to leave a comment. You're a fucking loser, and that kind of, like, I just can't see the logic in it. If you don't like it, just click off it. That's the best way to let somebody know you don't like their content. Don't fucking watch it. Like, you don't have to fucking, you're not the news. You don't have to be the news every day.
Yeah.
And broadcast every fucking thought. So let's cover this. We've only got a few minutes to go. Turning disappointment into fuel. It's definitely what I do. I try and do this the most. If I get disappointed, I'm going to make the next one better. I'm going to find another way to get around it. How can I do something to make it work? Eventually, you're going to strike some kind of gold. And, you know,
Yes.
Reinventing yourself is a good thing. Not so much so where you change up your entire channel, you change your entire style of music. Look what happened to Metallica with their drums for Saint Anger. Don't do that. Don't do that. But just
don't use oil cans as your snare drum.
Yes, exactly. But change things up, right? And if you change things up but you know, change it up for yourself. Not because somebody else is telling you, you got to change it up. Eventually you're still going to draw people that like what you do. But if you focus on the negative stuff, you're going to be disappointed because there are professional trolls out there waiting for you. They exist.
Yeah. And another thing I love to do, I love to just look and you know, go to channels that do things that I like and find new YouTube channels and see what they're doing and what's working for them and maybe incorporate some of that. Because that can be a good way. Because if it's working in one place, you might be able to kind of some concept of what they're doing might work for you too.
Yes. And try to remember, if you start getting negative comments, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
You're reaching more people. That is the thing that I think we forget. When you start to get more negative comments, that's only because you're reaching a broader spectrum of people. Your content is reaching more people. And once you reach more people, guess what? You open the door, cunts are out there too, waiting to get in the door. You know, that's it. If you go to bed each night and leave the door wide open, sure, a nice old lady might come in with a cake. And 35 people might come in and rob you blind.
Exactly.
That's the lotto of reaching a bigger population, you know.
But it's kind of like the same thing, like with what you know, like Pete and many others would say about like when the dislike button was more of a thing. You know, when you get dislikes, you're still getting engagement.
Yes. 100%.
So if you're getting negative comments, you're still getting engagement. That means it's affecting people in some way.
They had to have watched
and then
it.
you have to figure out, okay, like, is some of this negative comments, is some of this real? Is this like things that I'm doing that's wrong? Or is it just they don't agree with, you know what I mean?
Well, you've already got their view.
So exactly.
Thank you. And thanks for the interaction on top of it. Thank you. It all adds up. A dislike is an interaction. And you know what? If they don't come back, it's not necessarily a bad thing because the door's wide open and there's always somebody else willing to walk through the door, right? So
yeah,
don't sweat it. Don't get disappointed on those things because they've stated their case. Listen, why would you want to surround yourself with assholes anyway?
Yes.
You know, assholes are full of shit, and we all know what shit smells like. It's not very good.
Yeah. Sometimes you can do addition by subtraction.
Yes. I could break into that whole line from Team America, right? Because assholes are fucked by dicks, fuck assholes. It's true. All of it's absolutely true. If you haven't seen Team America, watch that end speech. It is exactly the world perfectly. All right, we're wrapped up. We're done. I want to thank everybody for hanging out in the live stream. If you're watching on the replay, thank you. I'll do this stuff as well because I like pressing these buttons. Like, share, subscribe, and hype up the video. Don't be afraid. You got to remember the new hype thing. And there's a website. There's a Patreon you can join. There's a Facebook page. Here I am on the web. There we go. Come back over here. I don't need links and all that. We've got Pete Johns coming up next. He's got Happy Ron on.
Yes.
I don't know if you know this. I'm just going to say it, Thomas, between me and you. Nobody else is watching. I actually think Happy Ron is a serial killer.
It could be.
I think so. He's too happy.
You might be onto something.
Yes. So, but go and check out Pete. Also, I need to let you know on my other channel, Walk With Me, Jade Starr, it's at Walk With Me AU. Please go over there today. Here's the channel because I'm dropping a brand new video. I think it's called, what is it called? It's called Elasticity. And this Saturday, we're doing another premiere. Deal with it. It's the magpie episode, if you haven't seen it, where I get attacked by a fucking magpie. It nearly takes my fucking head off. It's wicked stuff. So that's happening at Walk With Me AU. If you want to check that out, it drops today. Christine Senior's got a show on today as well. We're going to go out and play a Thomas Christ track. Make sure I've got it all keyed up. Yes, we're going to play future music for a futureless world. Anything you want to say before we get out of here? Where can people find you, Thomas?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for having me on. Appreciate it. Of course. And yeah, you can go to thomaschrist.net or just go to my YouTube channel, YouTube at Thomas Christ, and all one word, and you'll be able to find all that I'm doing. I got Hour of Rock coming up on Saturday, and You Rock on Wednesdays, and Make It Rock on Thursdays right before this show. Although not next week, because I'm going to be getting a tube stuck down my throat.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay! Here's to that. Thank you, Leela, for banging the link. This is future music for a futureless world. We'll see you over at P. John's, and I'll be back tomorrow doing stuff and all that things. Let's fucking Oj, baby!